Hey everybody, it's Jaron. I know you're probably expecting to see Brandon, but he's right there. Um, for Story Year, we've been doing 100 Days of Story, and it's Black History Month. So it's like, why not share a story about someone who very well known in the African American community and had a huge impact on not just my life, my mother's life, but millions of others. That's Dr. Maya Angelou. Um, she passed away last year, but a few years ago, or more than a few years ago, when I was in the first grade, my mother was able to be in a production with her and co-star with her in a play called Tambourines to Glory. And at that time, I lived in Winterville, North Carolina, and the play was casted and done in Charlotte, which is where my mother did a lot of her acting, growing up. So for 6 weeks, I packed up my stuff and we moved to Charlotte. So I went to Idlewild Elementary, and every day I saw Dr. Angelou, and she was just an amazing person. And the thing that made her amazing was I didn't know she was famous. I knew she was famous, but when you're that young, you're in the first grade, you don't understand what that means. When they're that down to earth and so chill, you think that, okay, she's just a normal person. So that was my first taste of knowing that people who you might have looked up to or seen as a celebrity, they're human beings just like, everyone else. So she was really, really an awesome person. Um, all I remember is she reminded me of an aunt. So she would always have people come in, and she would talk to them and she'd give them stories of encouragement. And it was a wonderful production, and my mother enjoyed every moment of it. I enjoyed every moment of being a part of that production. I was in the play as well. And it was just a great experience. It wasn't until I got older that I really, really understood how awesome and amazing of a woman that she was and all the things that she had done for so many people through her writings. On opening night, one cool thing that was interesting is that Oprah sent her a huge vase full of 50, it was either 50 or 100, I can't tell, it looked like a lot, long stem roses. And it was just wishing her a wonderful opening night. And Dr. Angelou took all of us individually into her room, all the cast members and all the production staff, into her room in the back behind stage, and she signed all of our playbills with a long message of encouragement to each person because she really got to know each and every one of us. And at the end of it, I remember her talking to my mother, and my mother had gone to North Carolina A&T before I was born, and in some a few years ago before I was born, and she had started her degree in theater and performing arts. But once she started acting, she just took that on, and so she didn't finish school. And Dr. Angela really encouraged her to finish school, and so she was one of the main reasons that my mom felt empowered and encouraged to go back and finish. So that's one of the things that when we got to see Dr. Angelo some years later, my mom was very proud to see her again and say, because of you, and your influence, you gave me enough encouragement to overcome those internal obstacles I have myself and to believe and to go back. And I finished, and I just want to say thank you. And so Dr. Angelo was like, it's just a wonderful opportunity, wonderful world. And she's just glad to have been a vessel to do that. And so it's just important for everyone to understand how much of an impact you can have on someone's life, even if you don't know. I'm sure that those words of encouragement might have been everyday conversations that Dr. Angelo would have with anybody else. But you just never know how much your words can have an impact on someone's life. Because my mom has struggled with, do I go back to school now? I have a child. I want to be the best mother that I can be. Does that mean I can just leave, And together, we made it work. And she graduated with honors from East Carolina University, one of the toughest Meisner programs in America. She starred in several productions there, and she just did an amazing job. And she was openly embraced, and she overcame all those obstacles of being a single parent, going back to school in her 30s or 40s. I don't know. Sorry, Mom. And she just did an amazing job. And so it's my little one of the many Black History moments that I'm very proud of is getting to really know Dr. Maya Angelou.